All right, we're looking at another SDCC exclusive now. This one's going to be from Mattel. Now, while we do love Jurassic Park, we haven't done a whole lot of their products. It's a very extensive product range. They have retro figures inspired by the Kenner line. They have modern figures. They're covering all the films. So we only tend to focus on products that are unique, exclusives, or special. For example, here I have some of the really cool packaging. So we had this really nice edition Barbasol can that had the Dennis Nedry in it from when he met up with Dodgson at the beginning of the film. And it has some little sayings in it. It's kind of fun. It looks like the can. It's a really unique way to display the figure. Has that lights and sound effect. We have this Ian Malcolm, God Creates Dinosaurs book that opens up, and it has him sitting here in his pose with his shirt opened, and it also has lights and sound effects, another fun little piece. Last year's SDCC exclusive was this A Man Creates Dinosaur set with a little clacker, and you have the Jurassic Park, so this was a 30th anniversary sort of release here. So that came with Steven Spielberg and a Dilophosaurus and a camera, and I think a little director's chair too. And then there were other ones. There was the Arnold set, which had, what's his name, Sam Jackson's character, and getting eaten by the Velociraptor. So they had some really cool pieces that are exclusives, and those are the ones we tend to look at. And this year is no exception. This is a really fun one. This is based on Jurassic World, and it's just based on a cameo that was only a few seconds of Jimmy Buffett at Margaritaville that was in the park, grabbing a couple margaritas and running from the dinosaurs trying to get him. So it was a fun little cameo from him. And this set is pretty fun too. Not only do you get this nice box with the raised aspects on it, but when you assemble what's inside the box, you get a little pitcher with the character on it, and then a blender base. So you can have your display, essentially, of a margarita pitcher, and inside of it, with the handle and everything, and inside of it is the character on top of a margarita, holding two margaritas, being chased by a bunch of dinosaurs here. So it's a really fun display, even if you're not really into collecting this line. If you're just a Jurassic World, Jurassic Park fan, it's an excellent display. And I think they maneuver around. We'll bring you in for a closer look, but it has those lights and sound and those fun effects, and then we'll take it out and check it out as well. But all of these kind of have that little fun aspect to them. They're more than just the figure. They're a whole little display set as well. And these are still available on Mattel Creations, so we'll have a link on this page as well as you're looking at the video. So just click on the link if you want to go order one. But why don't we come in closer and check out this guy and these awesome features. So with the glare, it's kind of hard to see the character now. I just wanted to show you a close-up of that dial in the front. But you could rotate this pillar here, and then you can see the sound effects that come along with the character. But we're going to take it out here so you can see it a little bit better. And that's it. It comes right out like that. And the base in here, you can see the little background in there of the dinosaurs and everything from that scene. So I'm definitely keeping this. I mean, why wouldn't you? There are some little transparent components here, and I think this is to help the dinosaurs sort of fly around the set. But you can see him a little bit closer here in a little bit better detail. And I love how he comes with those two margaritas, so you really capture that scene from the film. And then they have these three little sets here that I think will hold each of these three little dinosaurs. So it's kind of nice that they gave you the ability to display these guys as flying. I don't know where they're going to go in. I'm assuming that these little holes here will end up taking them in. I don't see any instructions or display. Maybe they're in the box. Yep, here we go. Mattel's very good about that. So they have it in the kit here. They tell you how to replace the batteries. They tell you how to set it up. And it's exactly what you think. You're going to set these three in here with this guy on top, and you're going to be able to rotate it with the flying. I don't know what kind of dinosaurs these are, actually. They're not pterodactyls. They're, they say it in the movie, I think. They're a little bit smaller, and I know they got those jagged teeth. They don't look very intimidating, but you would not want them chewing on you, I don't think. And they come out pretty easy here. And I think you could preserve this bubble. I'm not going to try to ruin it. Although he is secured in there with a couple of, with one of those little rubber band things. If you're careful taking it out, I'm willing to bet that you could probably get him back in here and then still use your display with the blender. So we'll carefully try to get him out. So this base pops out here, maybe a little bit of an angle, and then you got to carefully try to get your character out without, there we go, without ruining your bubble, and then you could have this all set up. So here is your guy right here, holding those 2 margaritas, and those are removable if you want. And you can see the little bases here on top of the margarita. So he's wearing sandals. I love that. Very, very chill look to him. So we're going to try to use those pegs that are in his legs here to get him on there. For some reason, his default is to lean back. I guess he's just a very chill atmosphere. We're going to put these in the holsters here. There we go. One here. They kind of sink in after you lock them in. So now we got our little guys. They have holes in their stomachs. And I'll give you a close-up of one of these guys in a second. Oh, I dropped one there. So you can see them here. Little fierce looking with the teeth on it, like I was saying. And these holes should line up where you're able to get these guys in there. Some little fun Margaritaville music. Let's see here. And then we got one more. Let you enjoy those sounds while we're popping this guy together. All right, here we go. So they kind of pop up and down. That's pretty cool. And then you got blender sounds. So I probably got to play with the positioning of him a little bit. Figures sometimes do this when you get them first out of the box. They tend to have leaning in one direction, and that's just from the way the foot was positioned in there. So these ankles need to just be adjusted a little bit, and then he should be able to be perfectly centered in here. But as you saw, that's pretty cool. It's kind of like a little merry-go-round where they pop up and down as they move around the character. So a little fun. And it looks great in this display blender. So if you don't want to put them back in the bubble wrap, you could then just pop them in here this way, I guess, and have the little flying creatures all around him. Although you got to watch as you're getting them in the box that you don't pop one of these guys off. But it might be a little tighter in here to have them fly around them, but you could display them in here as part of the set like this, and then just keep it closed. I think if you try to rotate it, they're going to end up crashing into the wall. Well, actually, no, they actually do maneuver. If you get them perfectly positioned, they could actually rotate around in there. So that's still pretty cool. So you could have them in this set inside the blender on these little pillar things here, these display stands, and it looks pretty cool. Let me try closing it up. We'll see what it looks like. Here we go. Get our guy. And it's working. Not bad. So that's your look at the Jimmy Buffett Bubbles Up set here from Mattel, the SDCC exclusive, featuring sound effects that I'm having to talk over here, as well as all these great little aspects of the design. And I hope there's no switch to turn that down or off, so you just kind of have to live with the sounds. But that is pretty cool. So that could be your display like this, or you could display it in the blender. Either way, I think it looks pretty great. So that is your look at this latest addition to the Hammond Collection from Mattel. And to be thorough, we just want to give you a nice little close-up, give you that base. You can see it's very tiki inspired with that those prongs on the top there. And then you can see the invisible little bases holding up the dinosaurs. And then you got your character right here, Mr. Buffett, with his 2 margaritas and a great little smile on his face too. Doesn't look worried, very chill. Let's see if we get a little closer there. Yeah, very chill look on him there. He's got his sunglasses on, his nice little shirt, wearing his sandals. So that is pretty cool that they gave him 2 little cups there, and then he's on that margarita glass, of course. So this is a kind of a wacky set, but still really fun to take a character that had a minor cameo in a film and then make it into this little set with this really awesome sort of display packaging, that blender that is on that base in the background. So pretty cool to have this set. I think it is worth your time if you're a Jurassic World or a Jurassic Park fan. He's just a fun little conversation piece, if nothing else. Well, that's the latest in the Mattel series of very interesting additions to this Jurassic Park line. I mean, you got all these really great ones that are taking like props from the film that you could then rotate around and turn them into a character display, and they have movie quotes in them, and they're holding these fun aspects, and you know, they just look like other elements as well, like whether it's the clacker here or the book. But now you got something that's on a whole nother level, because not only is it this fun little blender box they gave you with it, but it's this cool little interactive display piece that has these dinosaurs that float around, plays music, plays different sound effects. So it's a pretty cool addition to the line. If you're just a casual Jurassic Park fan, I still think it's pretty awesome to have on your shelf. And it's available, so you don't have to pay scalper prices to grab it. So we'll have that link. Take advantage of that while it's still available on Mattel Creations. That is it for our look at Mattel products for now. I don't think we have anything new on the horizon. Oh, actually, I lie. We do have that Splinter from the Turtles Grayskull we're going to be looking at soon. But that is it for Jurassic Park products for now. So we'll be covering more as we find more interesting ones. We don't do everything. We try to just keep what we think is really interesting and bring it to you guys to check out. If you think it's worth your time, since it's still available, I love highlighting it, maybe to help you make your decision whether or not you wanted to get this one, if you weren't at the show, or if you didn't want to wait in that crazy long line, or didn't win the lottery to get into the Mattel line. So take advantage of that while it's still available. That is all for this time. We'll be having more coverage of SDCC items still, so tune back for our last round of exclusives we'll be looking at. Those are going to be from Factory Entertainment. As always, like, subscribe, and follow. We'll see you guys next time.